What it do, man? It's your boy Low, man. Listen, hop on here and talk to y'all today about the mindset of some of our people and why I feel like it's a little off balance. You get what I'm saying? So, me and my wife was having a conversation, and I was telling her I was sitting in a shop the other day, and I heard a young lady speak on private schools, and she was talking about somebody she knew, and she was like, yeah, she sending her kids to private school, you know what I'm saying? She wanna be, you know what I'm finna say, but you know what I'm saying? She said, think she all that. She wanna send her kids to private school as if regular schools ain't good, and this, that, and the other. So I told my wife, I was like, man, it's crazy how when a person wanna do better for themselves, people want to say stuff like, oh, she trying to be all that, or he trying to be all that, just because you want better for yourself or better for your kids. And man, that's a messed up mindset. That's what's holding us back a lot of the times. But I kind of want to come on here and talk about the schools and my opinion of it. So please don't get mad about what I'm going to say. If you do, it's all out of love. Like I always tell you, it ain't no big deal. This ain't no knock on public schools, and this ain't no knock on private schools. But man, when you look at, like, if you look at our let's start with the public parks first. You don't even see a lot of the city teams like you used to. Most people taking their kids out to the county to play sports, whether it be football or whatever, because when you go out to the county, like Cottage Hill Park, Buccaneers Park, some of these county parks, man, they take really good care of their fields. They take really good care of they football teams and stuff like that. They kind of got it a lot more organized. You ain't got to worry about used equipment some of the times. You know what I'm saying? I know when my son, I don't know how it is now, but I know when my son played for the Buccaneers, man, he was playing City Park. And I just took him away from the City Park because he wasn't getting the playing time he deserved. And then when he did start getting the playing time he deserved, man, he was able to mix in a different environment. He was mixing with not just his own people, he was getting mixed with other people. You get what I'm saying? Which was gonna make him well diverse. So I thought that was good because that's what I used to struggle with. I used to struggle with not being well diverse until I started working on the boats. So I think city parks have went down. I don't even know if a lot of them are still around no more because the money and the funding was not there. You get what I'm saying? So when you talk about a public school, like I explained to my wife, most of the time, man, I hate to say this, it's gonna sound a little bad, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Most of the time when you think about something that is free, a lot of time, man, it ain't worth a crap. Either don't nobody want it, it ain't worth a crap, or it's just, you know, the bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna say it like that. It's the bottom of the barrel. And so, man, a lot of time, man, most time when you getting something free, you ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10, then nobody want it. Or it ain't worth nothing. So when you talk about free, a lot of time, man, like my son, my oldest boy, I'm gonna be honest with you, he was in private school. When I took him out, when he didn't want to go to private school no more, and he went to public school, he was actually ahead of the students in public school, because what they was teaching him, he had already learned. So he was like a step ahead. And man, I think, you know, we want our kids to have an advantage going into life. So man, my son was a step ahead when he went to private school. I don't think I'm all that. I think I'm just a person that just wants better for his family and his kids. But when we talk about public, like I told my wife, man, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it because I didn't know no other way to paint the picture. It might be a bad way to paint it, but I'm gonna paint it anyway. So I told my wife, I said, look at it like this. When you think about something for the public. During the Mardi Gras season, you got public portalets. So if I took a public portalet, sat it downtown, and it was for the public, that means it's free. Anybody and everybody could use it. You're gonna have clean people using it, dirty people using it, nasty people using it, drunk people using it, high people using it, people that that's got some probably using it. So you getting a whole bunch of unnecessary bull crap going into that public portalet. And so when you look at, when you getting something that's just free to the public, it ain't gonna be governed correctly. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna smell, it's gonna go through all different type of changes because it's not governed properly. When you look at a private school, it's governed. It only got a certain amount of students. That's how they make their money, because a lot of the teachers there and that school is operated off the public funding. So those people who paying for their kids to be there, man, they don't care if your child act a fool. They'll kick your child right out of that school because they know they got somebody else waiting on that waiting list to pay for their student to be there. Because it's a lot of people want their kids to have the best education, and it's people that's willing to pay for that. So they ain't got to put up with no nonsense. Versus you take a public school, back to the portal, you got all walks of life going into that school. You got kids that's down to a one-parent household. I come from a one-parent household, so I'm not saying that it's bad. But in certain situations, a one-parent household be kind of tough on a mom that's working, trying to work 2 jobs to take care of kids. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the kids be at home trying to defend for themselves until their mom get home. Some kids, mom don't work 2 jobs, just mom ain't at home. You know, just ain't doing what she's supposed to do. And the dad ain't around. Dad probably locked up. Dad probably, if he ain't locked up, he ain't there in the home to help with that. And then you got 2-parent households. And you got 2-parent households and kids are still struggling. They have to listen to their parents argue. They have to listen to a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when these teachers having to go to work and deal with some of these kids, overcrowded classrooms for one, kids that don't got no discipline, kids that don't want to mind, disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? And they coming from struggling households. You know what I'm saying? And this is where the public go. You get what I'm saying? So it's not no government to it. You get what I'm saying? So you dealing with troubled kids, a bunch of troubled kids. I'm not saying public schools are bad, because it's some public schools out here that's doing good. It's some public schools out here doing good. But it's a lot of public schools out here doing bad too, that's failing. You feel what I'm saying? Every time you turn around, police at the school. You get what I'm saying, man? That's kind of hard for a teacher to deal with, man, when you dealing with a public school. You feel what I'm saying? I know, because I come out of public school. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was something to deal with. I remember one time I got some bad grades in the teacher class. I waited till she went out the room. I took the doggone grade book and threw it on top of the roof of the school. You feel what I'm saying? I was like, well, shoot, if I'm gonna flunk, everybody gonna flunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's students like that's in there. So I'm telling you, I was one of them, and I came from a one-parent household, and I had a good mama. My mama did the best she could with me. But hey, when I went to school, I couldn't understand the work. You know what I'm saying? So I struggled a little bit. So I cut up because I couldn't understand the work. But I'm just saying, I was one of those students. So imagine them kids not worse than what I was. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did that. I threw the grade book on top of the doggone roof, man. I'm ashamed to even say I did it, but I did it. I'm an honest guy, so I'm gonna give y'all the truth. But I ain't saying all public schools bad, but that's how I look at the public schools, man. You got all types of walks of life going in now, and that's a struggle when it ain't governed. You know what I'm saying? So I was just telling my wife, I don't think nobody thinks they all that when they paying for their kids to get a better education. If you can afford to pay for your child to get a better education, you do that. If you need to move your child to a better public school to get a better education, do that. You get what I'm saying? And don't ever let nobody tell you think you all that because you want better. Whether it's a better school for your kids, whether it's a better job for yourself, whether it's a better car to get back and forth to work, whether it's a better neighborhood to put your kids and raise your kids in. Man, don't never let nobody tell you think you better. Because guess what? You is better than the situation you're in. You is better than that. And always think you better than the situation you're in. So man, let's stop all that foolishness. Oh man, he think he all that cause his kid go to private school. Oh, nah man, stop all that, man. Let people be them. Let people grow. Let people do the best they can to provide to get themselves in a better situation. Because guess what? I gave my kids a better life than what I had, and I'm proud to say I did it. Was they better than the situation I grew up in? Yeah, they better than the situation I grew up in. My kids ain't gotta wake up and hear gunshots every day. You know what I'm saying? My kids ain't gotta walk out their door and see somebody standing up on the corner every day. My kids ain't gotta walk out the door and hear somebody got a set of 15s in their trunk beating up the block every day and driving their cars all up and down the street real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got a care in the world. My kids ain't gotta grow up to that. I saw that. And see, I thought that was normal. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't realize that wasn't normal until I moved my kids out the neighborhood and I saw folks walking their dogs. And they speak to you when they walk their dog. Hey, how you doing? You know, when my neighbor next door, Miss Becky, one time knocked on my door. When I was a new neighbor, she knocked on my door and said, hey, how you doing? I'm Miss Becky from next door. You know what I'm saying? Offering me food. I ain't know that kind of stuff existed. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the hood, somebody knock on your door, they ask for Kool-Aid. Man, y'all got some sugar? Y'all got some sugar, man. That's what I grew up listening to, man. So, you know, man, hey, I'm glad I put my kids in a better situation. And man, listen, let's stop saying that about people, man. Listen, this your boy Low. I wasn't trying to down the school systems because it is some good school systems out there. But hey, like I say, man, this your boy Low. Like this video, share this video, man. And, you know, you just don't know who you're going to help. And, man, like I say, don't think don't let nobody tell you think you better than them because, you know what I'm saying, you trying to do better. What you tell them is, you right, I am better than that. I'm way better than that situation you trying to hold me down into. So, man, hey, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm about to step in the ring for the fight of my life. Hit my knees and I strap on my gloves. Boy, I've been prepping since like I was 7. And thing is, I'm already covered in blood. Walking in love, this for the ones who been stuck in the mud. Searching for hope. Trust me, I know what it feel like to drown on my problems. But God came and threw me the rope. Can't wait to look in his eyes. All of my life, I've been battling lies. I found the truth and took off my disguise. Come from my head, I still live for the prize. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was in the city going down, trying to blow. Everything changed when I learned to let it go. Hopping on stage, I ain't in it for the show. Only got one life, so I gotta let them know. Talk about real. I seen a man's whole bad hill. I seen a woman drooling out the mouth. I seen the demons in her cast it out. I seen my brother throw his hoe, vaping the late. Seen smooth heel from the dark. I seen the spirit change my own heart. Can't tell it.